Okay guys, so I am recording with the Fujifilm X30 Mark II right now with the mic DD4 Mini on the tripod, my newer mini tripod, and I'm using the Pergear 10mm f5.6. Okay, this is my current setup and I'm very proud of it when I'm vlogging, like right now. I'm here to make a very brief video about the Fujifilm X Half XHF1. Okay, so what are my thoughts about this camera? Do I like it? Do I hate it? Honestly, what do I think really? What can I say? I was waiting this camera because I hoped about something made for content creation, or at least purely for photographers, but with a serious focal length and with more buttons, okay, available for analog. But the thing that Fujifilm launched is not something I expected. It's like a toy, a gimmick. Honestly, it could have a place in the market, but not at that price. I am talking about 829 euros. Okay, that's too much for a camera like that. I bought the Sony ZV-1F for 342 euros. Okay, last year it was in sale and I love having that camera. I film many things, many even cinematic things with 1-inch sensor. Okay, so 1-inch sensor is not a problem. f2 20mm equivalent, that's great and I honestly love it. Okay, I don't have enough words to stress out this concept. Okay, so what about the Fujifilm X Half? What are the things that I wanted and which are missing? Okay, 4K video at 24 fps, slow motion at 120 fps as the Sony ZV-1F, a filter thread on the lens. Honestly, this lens doesn't have the filter. I am talking about the Pergear lens on the Fuji camera, but it's okay because this is a special lens, fisheye, and it's not the main lens of the camera. So if I want, I can switch to Fujifilm 15-45 zoom lens paired with the black mist filter by KNF Concept that I bought. Okay, and that's okay. But that camera, the Fujifilm X Half, doesn't have that kind of possibility. Okay, then it doesn't have enough buttons on the back, in front of. Okay, so honestly, it's a bit weird to use that camera only through the touch screen. It's not so much analog inspiring, that aspect. But I love the form factor, the tiny form factor, so portable. I like that there is an exposure compensation on. I would like if it was I would have liked it if it was customizable, for example for ISO or shutter speed. Okay, but that's not the case as always. I'm sorry. And then it has also two screens, a smaller one and the other one on the right side. It's vertical like the sensor, and it's not stabilized, but that's not an issue because also the ZV-1F is not stabilized, and yet I managed to get sharp images without blur. I'm without the not blur, without the shaking. Okay, the shakiness. And then I can have also the blurry background. Here I don't know if it's possible. I have seen some photos. It's interesting that on the Fujifilm X Half, Fujifilm has put the Instax filters. Okay, they are great and I like them, and also the film simulations such as Nostalgic Neg and Real Ace, which are not available on this Fujifilm X30 Mark II. Okay, what else? What else? I like the optic viewfinder. It's really analogic and inspiring, and it makes it different, for example, from this Fujifilm X-T30 II. I like the charcoal version, the silver one, and the black one, so all the three versions available. But I think that my most favorite one is the charcoal. It's intriguing, okay? It's like something from the past, but at the same time, something like steampunk, okay? That's my impression of the camera. And then, what else? It has the headphone output for through USB-C, but you cannot put a mic, and it doesn't have the flash. It has just a small LED. That small LED would have been very useful on the Sony ZV-1F, and then we have it on the Fujifilm X Half, where it's useless because nobody will make videos on that camera. Then it has this film mode with the you can combine two pictures, or one picture and two videos, or two videos. That's okay. I'm not interested in that kind of fun. And then there's also the there's also the possibility to have like a film, and you have a series of photos you can take without reviewing them, and then you have to open the app to see the photos and to choose the ones you like to keep. Okay, I think that's all. The price is too high, and I am not going to buy or even try that camera. The focal length of 32 equivalent, I don't know. I would have preferred 35, like the Fujifilm X100 series, okay? Or at least, if not 35, something like 24, I don't know, because I think 35 would have been the best solution. Even if it was classic, it would have been the classic solution, acceptable, okay? I understand that 32 is unusual and so inspiring, you can try a different approach, but at the same time, 35 is perfect. I'm talking about 35 full frame equivalent, okay? So it would be like 23 in APS-C. But I don't know. I like very much the aesthetics of that camera, looking it from the front, because behind, from the rear side of the camera, I don't like that it has not enough buttons. It makes it strange, okay? I don't know. Guys, I don't like that camera. If I had like a small model to keep on the shelf, then okay, because I wouldn't turn it to see the rear side, okay? And I keep the image on my phone about that camera. Sometimes I look at that, since it was released last week. And what else? Nothing else, because honestly, there's nothing else to say, there's nothing else to say, because the camera is simple, it's funny, it's pricey, it's interesting, intriguing, but at the same time, no thanks. I'm not going to buy that camera. It's not for me. I keep my Fujifilm X-T30 II, and if I want something funny to shoot with, to go everywhere, to pocketable, okay, to be pocketable, then I have the Sony ZV-1F. And if I really need something from Fujifilm very pocketable, then I would look for the Fuji X F10. If you remember, 10 years ago in 2015, if I remember correctly, it was released. And that focal length was interesting. It was like 28 equivalent in full frame, a bit more useful than 32, I guess. Okay. Goodbye, my friends. Tell me what you think in the comments, because I'm interested in hearing your comments and your thoughts. But I'm not going to try that camera. This setup is enough for me, and I will buy the TTI Zen 23mm f1.4, and then I can have much more fun, okay? For less money. That's all. Goodbye, my friends.